Or 10 o'clock. Welcome to Business Around Town. Time for us to talk business, talk about making money. And today, being a Wednesday, we are going to have a beautiful conversation because I have with me in the studio Mr. Peter Anosike. And you know that anytime he's here, it's lecture. He's going to tell us a lot about business. He's going to lecture us on business. Peter Anosike is a philosopher. He is a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and the best-selling author. He is the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money. And okay, he's a best-selling author. He's the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria is adopted as a workbook for growing entrepreneurs by Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDIN. And today we are discussing how to pick the right investment. How to pick the right investment. Choosing the best investment is not easy. Most people would like to get the higher returns with little money. They don't know what it takes to invest money and get a return. Investment is risky. People usually say that let your money work for you. Making money while you sleep. Put your money to work. Send your money on an errand. Invest your money. If you're not started investing, then you're not ready for money yet. There's a lot about investment. There's a lot about investing money. Today, we are going to be talking about it. And at the end of our conversation today, you know how best to invest your money and how to pick the right investment. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you in the studio this morning. Now, let's talk about investment in general. Investment. I earn, how much am I supposed to invest? Should I even invest at all? Because now it's almost a cliche. They'll tell you, if you're saving money, you'll be poor. You have to learn how to invest. So is investment important at all?
Well, the truth is that nobody has ever saved herself to riches. Nobody has ever saved himself to riches. So what for you to investment is like sowing a seed, which will bring out multiples. You know, if you sow a seed of corn, just a corn, it will grow and come with a cube, which will now contain thousands or hundreds of seeds. Without investment, nobody gets rich. So it is only through investment that people become rich. It is only through sowing that people have abundant harvest. So sowing simply means, investment simply means sowing. And for you to reap, you must sow. So for you to become rich, you must invest. Nobody has become rich through salaries. Salaries can only make you comfortable, but not rich. Savings can only prepare you for we're not even talking about they say save for the rainy day. That's of the old. Understand? That's of the old, because now saving is no more a good business because of the rate of inflation. So the only thing to do is to invest. And I said, the simple language for investment is sowing. And when you sow, you reap. So, but for you to be able to invest, there are two ways. It's either through savings or automatic investment.
Okay.
So these are two ways. Because some people are not good with, some it's not easy to see money. Because once you see money, desires come.
Okay.
That's once you see money, desires come. So it's not easy to keep on saving, and there are things that you need.
When you talk about investment, is it just money investment? Is it monetary? Are there no other types of investment?
You can invest in yourself. You can invest in your skill. You can invest in your knowledge. But it simply means sowing. People do invest in them. Even for me, I believe that the best investment should start from yourself. So investment is not only capital. It could be knowledge. It could be skill. But, okay, we can just use improving on whatever you want to do. Improving on whatever, improving on yourself, improving on your business, improving on your capital. And when it comes to investment, there's no one fits all rule. Understand me? Yeah. It is individualistic, and a lot of factors come into it.
Now, how do you make the right investment? Now, let's narrow it down to money. How do you make the right investment with money, and how much should you invest?
Well, as I said, there's no one-fits-all strategy. It is individualistic, because you cannot say you invest 1 million if you don't. It's not everybody that has 1 million.
That's true.
You cannot say invest 100,000. Some people have 10 million. So that's why I say it is individualistic. But if you want to make investment, the first thing is, what is the purpose? What is the objective? What do you want to achieve? This should be the first question. As I said, what do you want to achieve? That is, why do you want to invest? You have to know the reason why you want to invest. Is it to increase your revenue? Is it maybe to leave something for your children? Understand? So this is one of the questions that you have to decide first. What is the purpose of this investment? What do I want to achieve? Am I investing for myself or for my children? Then another thing you also have to consider is the age factor. Your age will now determine whether you will do short-term, long-term, or short, medium, or long-term. The type of investment that a 20-year-old boy can do is not the same that a 40-year-old man should do. So that's why I say there's no just a straightforward strategy for investment.
You know, when you talk about investment, there is risk. I think risk go with investment. When you can't say investment without risk.
No.
Can you?
Investment is risk. That's why we talk about the emotional factor. It is called risk tolerance. You are not just a risk taker. You must be a risk bearer. That's very, very important. You are not just a risk taker. They say entrepreneurs are risk takers. Entrepreneurs are also risk bearers. You must have that mind to bear, because it may not turn out as you want, as you have it in your head. So that is the emotional factor. What if this money go? Would I be able to endure it?
So before you invest anytime, you should ask yourself, what if this does not turn out the way I want it? What about if anything happened to this money? You should always ask yourself that question before you invest.
Yes, it is the right word is risk tolerance. You must have that mindset. When you want to invest, it should be, let me hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's the mindset. If you want to invest, let me hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. About some years ago, people invested in Dasat. You remember it? What is Dasat?
Dasat, I think, was a cable TV, a cable channel.
AIT, that television now.
Yeah, I didn't want to call AIT, but I know it was a television stuff.
So
yeah.
Most of us, the hype was so much. Understand?
Yes.
The hype was so much. many of us put our money till date, nothing.
Went out like that.
Understand? Okay. Many.
And MMM too. MMM and the likes. Those are investment too, right?
MMM, it is those who doesn't understand that. For me, why I invested in that was a product of Dark Communications.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to invest, if the person is not suable, don't put your money there. If the investment is not suable,
Yeah.
an instance, MMM, if your money goes, who will you sue?
Peer to peer.
Who will you sue?
Peer to peer platform.
So ask yourself, is this investment suable? Do I have the right to sue if things don't go the way I want it? What if this investment fails to turn out right? What do I do? So the emotional factor must be considered if you want to invest.
They say that the rich people, they take more risk. They are bigger risk takers. And the reason why you are where you are today is because you are afraid to take risk.
Well, if you know Disney, the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, said the higher the risk, the higher the gain. And the owner of Facebook said the most stupid thing to do is not to take risk. So for you to succeed, there must be risk. But don't think that every risk comes out successful. That's why it is called risk.
I know of a man in my neighborhood. He's a retired man. And there was one investment that came in there, very popular. They even had an office. They had an office that you could go and you could see the CEO. You see them, say they are into agriculture, they are into production of different farm produce, and they sell them and they give you money back. So this man took all of his retirement money, just left a little, and invested it in that business, everything, and then it didn't turn out well. I think he fainted, they rushed him to the hospital, he almost died. So he came back and he could barely talk. That's one. That is investment.
That's the emotional factor. As I said, you are not just a risk taker. You must also be a risk bearer. The man was a risk taker, but he was not a risk bearer. So you must develop thick skin if you want to do investment. That's a reason why 99% of the world want this 9-to-5 job.
Oh. So when someone
It's safer.
Once someone tell you that I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm not a business person, it means the person has low tolerance for
risk.
So how do you expand your tolerance level?
Well, in business, it's called ability to take punches. You know, some people can give punch.
Yes.
But they don't want to receive punch. So
you must collect.
Sure.
If you're a business owner, you will collect.
It is called the ability to take punches. And even for people to invest in your business, they will first of all check your ability to take punches. If you cannot take any business that cannot take punches, don't put your money there. Any CEO that cannot take punches, don't put your money in that company. And for me, there are criteria to invest. An instance, most of the richest men in the world today are in everyday need business. Everyday need, that's
like
most
salt, sugar.
Must need. And those businesses hardly fail. Those businesses that's everyday needs business hardly fail. So that is, if you want to invest, that is an area to put in your money. Those basic needs of man. Those businesses hardly fail. Then, if you're also talking of investing, the resources are at your disposal. must determine where you should invest. Okay, an instance in the stock exchange,
Yeah.
some shares can go for 500 naira per share. Some can go for 20 kobo per share. So the money at your disposal. I know that when the chairman of the fund Diamond Bank was bringing MTN to Nigeria, most people, he was asking for $100,000 then, which was a very big amount of money. So people couldn't, most of the people that he approached failed to bring the money, and they were scared.
Yes.
They were saying if government cannot run telecommunication, that's Nitel, you know, this our own Nitel, how can individuals
run it?
Run telecommunication? So most people that he approached to invest in MTN refused. So only a few. That is why Nigeria were only to have only 20% share in MTN. But those that took that risk then and brought their money are rejoicing today. Okay, let me give another example with Amazon. When Amazon rolled out in 1994, Steve Bezos was selling shares for $10. He was begging people. A lot of them said no. But do you know that today, or let me say 2 years before the COVID, Amazon shares, those that bought for $10, it was now $3,000.
Wow, what a huge jump.
So everybody that invested in Amazon in 1994 are today multi-millionaires.
But that brings me to this question. How do you know the outcome of an investment before you invest? How do I know? How do I check if this...
You have to ask yourself, what am I investing in? What is the viability of this investment? Who are the users? You must have to do a research. You must have to do a research. Who are behind this investment? What is the viability? What is the commercial quality? Those questions must be answered before you put in your money. But as I said, everyday businesses, daily need businesses is the best form of investment.
So that's how you know. You ask those questions and then you put in money. Now let's talk about different types of investment. You know, there are property investment, there is cash, there is fixed interest, there is defensive investment. Now let's talk about property investment. How do you pick the right investment when it comes to property?
Well, you know, in property, a lot of people have been duped. And it is those that fail to ask the right questions. Now, property is the biggest, it's a very good investment anywhere in the world, whether in Europe, whether in America, whether in Nigeria, because it appreciates. It appreciates. But one thing, you must make sure that you are in good hand. You must make sure, you must go to government and make sure that where you are investing is gazetted for what you want. At instance, you can see 300 parcels of land at Mowe.
Yes.
They say 500 naira per this plot. 500,000. 500,000. You go and pay. But you've not gone to the state government that to find out what was that area gazetted for. It could be maybe in government gazette. It could be it could be that's it could in government circle, it could be for industrial area. Why you want to build a residential house? This simply means in the next 2-3 years, after you've paid your money, maybe you just be there, bulldozer will come and say, every residence, everybody that's residing in this estate, go out. So the number one thing, if you want to invest in property, go to the state government and ask questions. What is that area for? An instance, if you go to Lagos State government, Victoria Island is simply for residential area. But banks have come, built a lot of businesses there. So, and the people that have businesses there are influential. That chasing them away has become
difficult,
almost a problem. But in the desert, VI is just for residential. So if you want to invest in property, as I said, property is a very good form of investment because land always appreciates. It doesn't depreciate unless there's a landmine, unless there's earthquake, which doesn't happen in Nigeria, unless there's erosion. That's anywhere road passes, property appreciates. Anywhere road passes, the lands they appreciate. So it's a very good form of investment, but ask questions from the right source. What is that area prepared for? Is it a residential area? Is it an industrial area? Is it for schools? Is it for church? That's one thing that you must ask yourself. Now, an instance, in Lagos State here, you see them building churches in the street. You see them building churches in the street, which is very, very wrong. And when you write a petition to government, they say you are Antichrist. But you cannot put now speakers in residential areas.
Let's talk.
That's the truth. When you write petition against the church that they are disturbing you, they say that you are an atheist, you are Antichrist, that you are fighting God. Why it was them that first of all caused it. You shouldn't put a church in the residential area.
Okay, that's good. Now, to another type of investment that we could look into is the fixed deposit, the one that you put your money in the bank. I think that's a very safe way to invest money, right? Very safe.
I will never encourage that.
Really? You know, when you put your money there, they have a percentage they'll pay you. So you lock the money in for 6 months or 1 year, and then they put an interest for you. You go there and you take your money.
You put your money down the drain.
No, but they'll pay you some interest, and you know that your money is safe.
Let me tell you. Now, take your money. What they are charging now is 2.5% interest rate on your money. But the same bank will loan it out at 30% interest rate.
And because, you know, they bear the risk. If anything happens to your money, they won't give you story. So if you give them the money, you're sure of getting your money back. But if they want to invest it at 50% interest to anybody want to give out the money, that's their own problem. But they won't come back to you to tell you that you can't get your money because of a bad investment.
So do you know that if you fix 1 million in January at a 2.5% interest rate, by December you've lost over 40%, because the value of that money cannot fetch you what that 1 million will have fetched you. Do you understand that?
I do.
So they say that savers are what? Losers. That's the truth. Savers are losers. You don't tie your money. Money likes momentum. Money likes to bring other money. Money like to be on the road. It doesn't like being locked up in the safe.
But what about if you don't know what to invest in? You don't know what to invest in. You have 1 million naira kept in the bank. You don't know what to invest in. And you don't want to lose that 1 million naira that you've used 1 year to save up. What do? And here you are telling me that savers are losers.
Savers and losers. You knock it up, inflation will finish that money. Inflation will cut it that to half under 1 year. So it's better that you are recycling it by putting it into. There are some little businesses that you can put that money into, and it will be bringing you something.
So you have to ask around, and follow what Mr. Anosike has already said concerning investment. Before you invest, you need to ask a lot of questions before you invest. Okay, we've talked about fixed interest. I've talked about cash investment. The cash that includes everyday bank account, high interest saving account, and team deposit. All of that. So have we talked about cash investment?
Cash, there are this thing that this microfinance bank is our modified Isusu. Understand? If you go to Oyimbo, you see those women giving people coming with their card. You give them 1,000 naira, they'll mark for you. Understand? So that is what microfinance bank has come to do. But the truth is that most microfinance bank are running their microfinance with the mindset of commercial bank, which is a mistake. Microfinance bank and commercial bank don't have the same customers. But because the microfinance bank is chasing commercial bank customers, that's why most microfinance banks are not doing well. They are not chasing their own customers. They don't know where their own customers are. That's why I always talk about that WWW of marketing. If you know where your customers are, it is very easy to succeed. So, giving cash investment, now you give expecting that's a bigger return. People do it. An instance, I know of somebody now who want to go to Canada, and he want to borrow 5 million naira that's to put in her account, because if you go to the embassy, they want to ask how much do you have in your account.
Yes, they will do that.
Understand? So now this guy don't have this money, so he want to go and borrow, and they are telling him, look, you'll be paying us 600,000 naira yearly
for borrowing the money
for borrowing that 500 for giving him that 5 million. He'll be paying a return of 600,000 naira yearly. This guy is going for studies over there. And mind you, this money, he's not going to touch it. It will be knocked up. It's not his money, but he wants to show the embassy that he has money in his account. He don't have access to this money. But now what you don't have access, you are paying interest on, which is a very bad form of business. But he's desperate. He wants to accept that condition. And for me, I advise him, don't.
Okay. We'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. We're talking about how to pick the right investment. That is our conversation this morning. And the phone lines to send your WhatsApp message to is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. You can send in your WhatsApp message and ask questions on investment. Do you have some money locked away that you are afraid to invest and you have questions? Feel free to ask the question so that Mr. Peter Anosike will do justice to your question. When we return, the conversation continues. Keep it here. We are the voice of the people, 90.3 FM.
The best of the morning.
So how come that they usually make a statement and then the executive refuse to obey that statement? We should address the issue of flooding that is ravaging most states in the country. Currently, 9.9 million Nigerians are living in extreme poverty.
Even the police people, they are punishing us that we are criminal. They even put gun in my leg. Look at my leg. They didn't even allow us to talk. They are shouting, you people are criminal. You see people that want front police station and they let the front police station.
You do the talking, we give you the facts.
Some who know the issue are also deceiving Nigerians and playing local politics with global issues. 5 died in Delta. U.S. pledges $1 million support.
The Morning Ride Show every weekday, Monday to Friday, right here on your number one station that gives you a voice.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging societal status quo. 90.3 It is a great place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on radio. It could be your life on radio. We are VOP, Voice of the People. VOP 90.3.
We are Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're listening to Business Around Town. My name is Mary Onaife Debi, and I have with me in the studio Mr. Peter Anosike. He is a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your name and location?
Yeah, my name is Buchi. I love the program, what you are doing, what you are saying this morning. So, my own investment is where we talk about now. Because now where you are good at, you say, even if it doesn't fall to the topic you are holding. Now, waiting the person problem, now is the talk. So, I sent Organosike, we discussed some, Organosike, I greet you, sir.
Good morning.
We discussed, yes, sir, about some 3 weeks ago or more than that I called in and talked about my budget that I need someone to sponsor me, that my own investment, that I'm fiscally challenged, I don't have money, that I composed some songs, and then he asked me to send you text message to your office line. I sent it and I called the office line again. Your PA said that he has forwarded the message to you. So I don't know now how I will get your response. So that's why I'm using this media to call. So anytime I hear your voice over VOP FM, I must love to call.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Not that he. Okay. Do you want to answer?
I'll check the message. If it was actually forwarded to me. You say that you are a music composer.
You said he has composed lots of music. He's disabled.
I need somebody to produce you.
I think that's what he wants.
Okay,
right
okay, yeah. I'll see to it.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. Another message here says, please, what business can one do with $1 million with about 10% guarantee? With about 10% guarantee.
Is it 10% chance of
Interest.
success or what?
Yeah, I don't really get your message, Mr. Kainde. Please send the message again. I know you're asking what kind of business can someone do with $1 million. Okay, another message here says, good morning, Mr. Peter Anosike. I love listening to your lecture. My name is Michael, and right now I'm in Oshodi. My question is this. I have some money in the bank. I'm so afraid to invest because the last time I did this, I lost some money. I know you are talking about risk, but the truth is I don't trust anybody or any business. I don't know where to even invest money in. I do my work. I'm a carpenter, and then when they pay me my money, I put it in the bank. Then I spend from there to do what I want to do. Please help me so that I could make some investment. Michael from Oshodi.
Okay, I will answer the two questions. Mary, one thing I have always said is that choice of business depends on who you are. I cannot tell Kainde, go and invest in substance because I don't know where his passion lies. So you don't make choice of business for people. But when they tell you this is the business that I want to go into, you can now tell them the opportunities, the downside and the upside of such a business. So the Michael at Oshodi, who is a carpenter, can invest in the things around that his carpentry business, because he already has a strong point. He already has passion for it. So for him, he should look at the things around his business. He should, in business, there's what we call associations. This goes with this can go with this. If somebody is selling shirts, you can know that people who wear shirts can buy ties.
They can wear shoes.
They can wear shoes. So that's associations. So if you're doing carpentry, you can look for things that can go with that kind of business. But keeping your money in the bank, inflation is eating it up. So I don't advise that. I don't advise you leaving your money in the. You are making others rich, because bank officials will lend it to people. They will invest it, make more money, keep what you have inside there.
We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hey,
Ambassador, you don't used to call me this time. Oh.
well, I used to listen, but this time I can't hold it back. I have to listen to her. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. Ambassador Muchba from Mushi. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Is there something that you cannot keep your money in the bank? Inflation is don't you know that I prefer to keep my money in the bank than to go into invest where my money will finally disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've tried, I've tried it many times. I got my figure burned because, you are putting your money where you do not know the beginning and the end.
Yes.
Oh, we have losses, so we have to bear it together. Now, as a neutral person, I'm also asking this question. Me, I have money now. I don't have any other business. And I want you to advise me. I have money in the bank. I don't have any business doing right now. But I want you to advise, how do I make use of that money that at the end of the day I will smile?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my advice has always been...
Thank you, Ambassador. We'll answer the question now. Yeah.
My advice on choice of business has always been, go into a business that comes from you. Go into a business that you have passion for. Go into the business that makes you happy. Go into the business that you love to do. When you are doing what you love doing, whatever what you are seeing there, you keep on.
Are you saying
doing
investment is business? Because you're saying business. You're saying he wants to invest his money. He does not want to do business. Business is different.
Okay, we've talked about.
I want to invest my money.
We have talked about go into businesses that are into the everyday needs. That's what I said.
So he means he will be part of the business. He will be part of the business transactions, the running of the business.
He could be a shareholder. He could be a stakeholder.
Okay. So if you don't want to get involved, Ms. Anderson is saying that you could invest your money in businesses that sell things that people use every day, like the sugar,
everyday needs,
those kind of products.
Things that we need on a daily basis. Those businesses hardly fall.
So you could buy their shares.
You could buy their shares. If it's a one-man company, you can give money. You can have an MOE. Understand? Not MOU. That's MOA, Memorandum of Agreement. This is how much you will be paying me at the end of every month. That if you don't want to participate in the business.
Now, okay. Can we, how do you, okay, let me phrase this question. The percentage that they say they will pay you, for example, let me go back to the MMM. MMM will pay you 30%.
MMM is not a business.
No, now we're talking about investment. With investment, because when you say investment, a lot of things come to mind. So, if you want to invest your money, maybe in one business or sector or whatever, you want to invest your money, they tell you that they will pay you 30%. You might say, okay, that one is too risky because how would they make 30%? What about someone tells you that invest here, I'm going to pay you 5% every month or 2% every month? Does that make the business less risky? Or do I ask this question? Oh, it's really complicated. Okay, let me break it down. When MMM came and said, okay, I'll give you 30%, I was scared. No, 30% is too big.
Where would they get the money? What products do they have?
Then another business, okay, invest. I only just 5%. I'm like, okay, 5%. Then maybe they can get the money to pay. Another one came and said, invest, we'll give you 2%. And that 2%, we know that 2% we can pay.
What
so
are they
does the
into?
interest they are paying determine the risk of that business?
No. It doesn't. The people behind the business is the most important thing. How credible are they? What products are they sending? What is the...
Hold on, let's take calls. The calls are just coming in. Let's just take them. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome. What's your name and your location?
My name is Dennis. I'm calling from Mapoluku, Oshodi.
Okay, welcome, sir. Go ahead. What's your question?
Thank you. So I just want to know, because when you were teaching, you make mention of you say something that if a company or if you know a business cannot be suable, you should not invest. How do you know this business can be suable or not? As you a person that want to invest in that particular business, how do you know that this one can be suable or cannot be suable?
Okay.
That's
a valid question, sir. Very valid. Okay, hold on for your answer.
You are putting your money, your hard-earned money in a business. You should ask questions. What happens if my money doesn't come back?
How do you know that this business is suable? That's what he wants to know, that this business is sued. You could sue these people. For example, there was one investment that came. People were rushing to invest. They had an office. Their business was registered with CAC. So one could say, okay, these people, I can sue them. But when it happened, they could not sue anybody.
Are you sure that people really decided that to sue?
Yeah, some people wanted to sue. Like when you said you did one investment with Dark Communications, right?
Dark Communications.
Did you sue them? Were they suable? Were you able to sue them to get your money back?
They are suable.
Okay.
But I didn't want to go to that extent.
Oh.
I'm a journalist.
Okay, so you lost that money.
That is a media company.
Okay, we'll come back to your answer, but let's take the calls that are coming in. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and your location?
Yeah, my name is Peter. I'm calling from Mushin.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I like the program you people are holding on, and I want to appreciate that Mr. Peter Nosike.
Yeah.
And this program have already enlightened me on how to invest more.
Yeah.
So, but I also want to thank him for that book, Dangote's 10 Commandments on money.
Yes.
That book have already inspired me and give me more knowledge on how to do my business. So that's what I want. I want to appreciate him for writing that book.
Okay, thank you. So you don't have a question, right?
Yeah, I've already understand what you are saying on the program. Okay. I just want to appreciate him on that book.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, let's take WhatsApp messages. I have some message piled up here. Let's take them. Good morning, Mary and Mr. Anosike. Thank you for your wisdom. I want to invest in myself by learning bread making, but I don't have money to start mine now. What do I do? Should I use the money to go into the business? But I love the skill. Thank you. This is from Tina from Isolo.
Okay.
She has the money. And what do you understand? Should I take it again?
No. She said that she doesn't have maybe the money to open a bakery. You read it again so we can get it.
Say, thank you for your wisdom. I want to invest in myself by learning bread making, but I don't have money to start mine now.
Yeah.
What do I do? Should I use the money to go into the business? But I love the skill. Thank you. Like she wants to go and learn bread making, but she does not have the money to open her own business.
That's bakery.
Yeah, a bakery, yes.
Well,
Should she go ahead to just learn it?
she should go ahead and start and learn how to bake bread. After that, start. Now, the vision is to be a baker, that's to own a bakery, isn't it? So she can start by learning how to bake. From there, begin to sell bread.
Okay.
That's to sell to people.
Hold on, we'll take that answer again. Hello, good morning. We have the caller.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name and your location?
My name is James Thomas, calling from Daliga.
Okay, welcome, Mr. James. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, I wanted to ask concerning the Ten Commandments book of
Dangote.
the Ten Commandments.
Okay.
Yes, so
okay.
how will I get it and is how much?
Okay. Thank you very much. We're not selling the book on the program, but maybe you could reach Mr. Anosike. He will find a way to send it to you. Yeah, maybe you will get your contact at the end of the program, so we could. Or do you want to answer?
After.
Okay, after the program. Okay,
after the program.
Another question here says, what kind of business can I start with zero capital? That's the question somebody sent here. Another one here says, good morning to you, Mr. Nasike and Mary. Interesting conversation. Now, talking about the investing in a company that is suable. Sometimes when you take people to court in Nigeria, you end up spending more money than you even invested in the business. So sometimes it's better you just let
And
it go.
even more time too.
More time. So I wouldn't say that is a viable way to look at investment. This is from Mr. Nelson.
What I talk about a suable is a kind of to protect yourself. But I still want to talk about the bakery thing. For those who don't have money to build bakeries, they can start by selling bread. When they are selling, they are getting their own customers. And they are knowing the distribution process. So if tomorrow they happen to build a bakery, it will be very easy for them. It will be very, very easy for them because they're already doing the distribution. What they just need is the other angle of production. They already have chains of distribution. But if you fold your hand until you get money to build a bakery, it's going to take. Then when you build, you will still begin to look for that distribution this channel. So any business, this is an advice. Any business that you want to go into but you don't have the money to start, you can begin to sell that product. Get to a market first. If you get to a market, then what remains now is production. You can now even be going to the company, give me this, I'll sell and return to you. So it makes it easier.
Okay, I think you've really answered the question. Let's take another one here. This one says, good morning to you. I like the topic you are discussing. I have 100,000 naira. I would like to invest my money so I could earn more money. What should I invest in? This one is from Sylvester. That's one. Another one here says, good morning to you, Organo CK. I earn 150,000 naira. How much should I save and how much should I invest?
Okay.
So the first one, 100,000, wants to know what to invest in. Another person, 150,000, and how much percentage should he save? Should he invest? I mean,
okay.
invest and save.
There's what is known as 50-30-20 rule in savings. This is the principles of saving. 50-30-20. So 50 is your must have. That's your needs. 50% of that salary is your needs for your must have. Maybe for your medicals, for your feeding, for your rent. 30% is for your wants. Then 30 for saving. That is 20 for saving. That's 50-30-20. So if you must save, you have to save 20%. But from the 30, which is your wants, you can be pushing more to the 20 because the more you save, the more money you have. So, but the principle is 50-30-20. That's the basic principle of saving. Others talk about 70-30.
Another question here before we go says, good morning, Ma and Sir. My name is Antonia from Ojo. I bought a share from some years ago in a bank. I have been getting dividends every year on the share, though, but I would like to know if selling the share is good or I leave the share as I receive dividends yearly. I bought the share when I was 22 years and now I am in my 30s. Please advise me, sir.
Well, it depends on how strong the bank is. If the bank is strong, if the dividends is keep on coming as at when due, my advice is that he should leave it there.
Okay, leave it there. Okay, should leave it. If you can't afford to leave it, leave it. And if the bank is strong, like you've just been told, advise you leave it. Who knows? It might just grow to be bigger. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Our time is up, ladies and gentlemen. We've been speaking with Mr. Peter Anosike. He's a philosopher, a development economics, a journalist, and a best-selling author. He's the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria, it's adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by Smeeding. He's the founder of Ultimate Entrepreneurs Academy, an organization that trains college students, graduates, and workers to become entrepreneurs. He's also a public speaker. So if you want to get the book, like he said, he's going to, he will, I think, you go to Google. All right. And yeah, search you see there. Thank you so much for being part of the program. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. My name is Mary Onaife-Debi. I'll be here again for another episode tomorrow, same time, 9:30 to 10:30. Coming up next is Area Mata, an interesting program. You don't want to miss it. Keep it here. We are the voice of the people, 90.3 FM.
The best of the morning.
So how come that they usually make a statement and then the executive